everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to be here today because yesterday for the moment when you're watching this video, so on April 29th, I turned 27. I honestly can't believe it. I still feel like I'm 15. Well, maybe not 15, but probably like 20. And it is just so crazy how time passes by. It's like, oh my God. And the past few years have been such a roller coaster of emotions that I just can't believe I'm turning 27. So yeah, today I wanted to just sit and talk to you guys about just my reflections in turning 27. Since we're stuck at home right now, I've had a lot of time to just think about things that have happened and things I've learned from life just in general, not necessarily this year. So I made a little post-it with a little list of things I want to mention in this video, and hopefully it won't be too long. The first one is something I actually learned, I feel like the past 2 to 3 years, and it's the importance of being positive. I feel like before, when I lived in Venezuela, I live in Venezuela again, but before I moved to the US, I was such a negative person and I was so stressed all the time. I would get in a really bad mood so easy, so quickly, and it was really bad, not just for me but for the people around me. And I got to LA and I became a completely different person. I feel like it was still me, it was just a happier me, a more positive me, and I learned to see the good things in most things in life. So just the smaller things, I really appreciate them. I was basically forced to go back to Venezuela because my student visa was over. I had a few bad moments and my anxiety started to increase, I would say, but at the same time I feel like I learned so much and I've been really trying to focus on all the positive things that have happened in my life and that are happening in my life, even though we're all going through a really hard situation right now. I just think it's really important to stay positive, and I'm not saying it's not fine to just sit and cry. If you don't feel okay, just go and do it. Of course you can do it, and of course you need to, and you have to do it. Then right after, you have to focus on trying to find positive things that make you feel motivated and that make you feel happier, because if you only focus on the bad things, you're gonna get to a really low point in your life where you don't want to be. Number 2 is really similar to the first one, and it is to be grateful for things that happen in your life. On Instagram, I've been talking a lot about this, and I'm not in the best moment of my life right now. I've received a lot of bad news lately, or at least in 2020. I feel like it's been a rough year for most of us, but I feel like I've also really tried to focus on the things I'm grateful for. I'm so happy I have a safe place to stay right now. I'm happy I get to be with my mom in a time like this. I'm happy that all my loved ones are safe. Yeah, so that has come a lot with journaling, which I've been doing for almost my whole life, just it has evolved with me. So yeah, it's just important to be grateful and to be mindful of what you have in life. Number 3, and this is really important, I am a really money conscious person. I come from a country where it is really sad. Just the economic situation of Venezuela is not okay at all, and it's really critical. If you want to read more about it, go to Google. There are tons of information out there. But when I lived in LA and seeing that drastic contrast between my city, Caracas, and LA, honestly, I was like, okay, people here in LA, they spend so much money, and so many things that you don't really need. And so I don't feel like I'm a cheap person. I love giving to others. It's something I really, really enjoy. But also I'm really conscious about what I am spending. I don't have all the knowledge about finances, I'm far away from that, but I do feel like I have a really good manage of my own finances so far. So yeah, and that happened in LA, and it's something I'm really proud of because I feel like a lot of people are not really conscious about how important it is to save money. Even to invest, which I'm not doing yet because I'm not at that point, but I know I'll get there. So yeah, that's something I learned in my 20s that I am really grateful for, to be honest, because I feel like I have a really good, I'm good at managing money in general, which is good. The next thing goes with the last one, and it is that material things don't make you happy at all. I love going to Target, for example. Target is my favorite store on earth. I could spend hours in there and I want to buy everything, but I just don't. I'm really conscious about what I need, and maybe I want something, but I will consider it before actually making a purchase. And I feel like most of the money we spend isn't like smaller things, like going to a coffee shop every day. Like I will stop at Starbucks and get a coffee and get a latte just because why not? Because it's like my morning treat. But then when you do that every day, it is a lot of money at the end of the month. And you'll be surprised. If you start tracking all of your expenses, try doing it for a couple months and you'll see all the things you don't necessarily need and you're spending money on. And I know sometimes, even like going back to my original point, like shopping will make you feel happy somehow if you're sad, if you're stressed, but it'll pass so quickly. Like you'll be happy for maybe a couple hours, maybe a couple of days, maybe a couple weeks, but that's it. Buying stuff is not gonna make you happy. It's just like a really nice feeling right when you do it, and then it's gonna be gone. So that's something I learned. So I'm really conscious about what am I spending my money on, and also like trying not to buy more things than I need, especially in the world that we're living in today. It is really important to be mindful of what you're purchasing. I'm not the most sustainable person on earth, but I feel like I'm doing pretty good there. And it's just a lot of different things that I feel like come together to make you realize that buying new stuff over and over and buying new stuff all the time is not as necessary as our culture makes us think it is. Hope that makes sense. The next thing I realized in my 20s is, and actually I feel still like, probably these are my learnings from the past 3 years, and it is that I want to travel the world. I want to get to know so many new places. I feel like I've been to some pretty amazing places. When I was 16, I went to Singapore and Cambodia and Vietnam, and I feel like that trip was everything. I feel like I've learned so much from it. That's another reason I save so much. Like I want to make sure I can travel. I want to make sure I can go places, because I feel like that's what will make you grow, and that's what will make you have a different vision and have just like understand the world a little better. And I feel like traveling is something like it's priceless, and I want to travel the world and I want to go to so many places, and hopefully I'll get to travel this year. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I hope I can go somewhere this year because I hadn't traveled this year. Well, no, yeah, I did. In January, I went to Punta Cana, but I've been to Punta Cana before. So I just want to go, I want to go to Europe, I want to go to Asia, I want to go to South America, I want to go to Colombia, I want to go to Peru, I want to go to all these places, and I hope I can do it soon. So yeah, I realized that's one of my life goals. Like that's something I want to do with my life. Next thing I learned in a rough way, it is to let go and forgive people that hurt you. Sometimes people just don't have good intentions, but also I've learned not to blame them. Like it's just like, well, this happened, I know it was not up to me. Sometimes it is, and you have to like assume like, okay, I made a mistake, and you have to go say sorry, even though it's not easy. I feel like I'm pretty good at that, like just like communicating. I've let go of a lot of things that I feel people did to me in the past. I've let go of just harsh feelings I have with people, and I feel so much happier just not caring about those things and not being like thinking about, oh, what is this person saying about me? Like, people are gonna talk about you. Sometimes people can even be mean to you, but they probably don't deserve your attention, and especially they don't deserve for you to be stressed because of them. So honestly, yeah, that's something I learned, just to let go and just not having bad feelings and just forgiving whatever someone did to you. But yeah, it's something I learned and something I'm really proud of, because in high school I was a really difficult person to deal with, and I feel like I've evolved so much, and I am so proud of that. Everything changes so fast. We don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I'm a planner. I love planning everything in my life. Honestly, you can plan and plan and plan everything in your life, but you really don't know what's gonna happen. And it could be for better, or it could be just a situation that is not ideal. But that is why it's so important to live the present, like to be present and to live whatever you're going through, And if it's something sad, yes, you'll get out of it. Better times will come. Try to enjoy every single moment as much as you can. Especially if you are with someone you love, with your family, with your friends, with your boyfriend or girlfriend. Honestly, just enjoy every single second, because again, everything changes so fast and sometimes things won't go as you expected. Definitely live the present and enjoy the present. And finally, and this is something social media has taught me, and is that you shouldn't compare yourself to other people. And I am still struggling with that, because social media puts so many things out there that we think are real, but they're obviously not. And a part of us knows like, okay, this is not real, but on the other side we see things and we're like, why I don't have this, why I don't look like this, why I don't have the perfect job. Whatever it is that you're seeing on social media and that you're comparing yourself with, just don't. It is a dangerous game. It can really hurt you. And honestly, like, I do compare myself, like my work, to others. Like, I feel like I'm gonna be completely transparent here. With my Spanish channel, I've always been like, I put so much energy on it. I haven't stopped posting for a single week in 4 years, guys. 4 years. And sometimes I see this other person that is not consistent and it's not whatever, and I'm like, why? Like, I'm not jealous of her for being successful. I'm really supportive of successful people. Even if I don't like their content, I'm just like, yes girl, go. But I am like, what am I doing wrong that I am not, like, I'm working so hard for things and things like I can't really see the results? And it is frustrating. I get frustrated, and it goes beyond numbers. It is about the impact you can make. It is about the messaging you're trying to get out there. It is hard, but I'm really trying to work on that right now, and that's why it is my last thing, because even though I'm trying to work on everything that I said before, this is the one that is the hardest for me right now. But it is something I haven't worked as much in personally as I've worked in all the other things. Just trying to understand that everyone has a different story, that everyone has a different path, and that everyone will do things differently, and sometimes things work, and if they don't, it is for a reason. You can't get frustrated, or you can stop doing what you love just because it's hard. Like, that's what will make it worth it. So yeah, those are my reflections now that I'm turning 27. Well, when you see this video, I am already 27. I'm really happy of who I am today. I'm really happy of like everything I'm doing, not just personally, but also like with my career. I'm really happy about that. Even though I haven't achieved all the goals I thought I was gonna achieve by 27, I still feel proud of all the progress I've made until today. And I don't know, it feels good, and I do feel fulfilled. So yeah, I just want to invite you guys to think about these things with me. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know how old are you, and let me know what are your thoughts on all these things I mentioned, and whatever else you want to say about like things you've learned in life that you think are important to share. Please give this video a thumbs up if you thought I was younger than 27, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So yeah, this is it for today's video. I'll see you guys next week. Bye!